How's it going, guys? Hope y'all are doing well. So, what we're learning today is the quadratic formula. Now, you might ask yourself, what in the heck is that big formula and what does it do? So, for the quadratic equation, we all know there's a parabola, and it looks something like that. And then what this does is find the zeros for the x-axis. If you notice, that's why it has a plus and a minus. So, one will find you this one, doing the minus, and the plus will find the other one. All right, so here we go. Let me exit out of that. All right, so remember, every equation, it has to be in this format in order to plug it in to this equation. So this is the equation we're going to do with the first one. So let's label it first. So A equals 1 because just x is just 1. B equals 4. And C equals negative 21. All right, so now we can set it up. X equals negative B, so that would be negative 4 plus or minus the square root of B squared, so we'll just say 4 squared minus 4 times A is 1 times C is negative 21. Let me extend the radical a little bit. All over 2A. So 2 and the A is 1. So not to skip any steps, I'll just put the 1 there. All right. So first thing you want to do is get rid of the square root. And so I'm going to write it over here. So we have negative 4 plus or minus square root. So 4 squared is 4 times 4. If you want to do it on a little here, let me just pull up the little calculator. Oops. There we go. So yeah, 4 times 4, boom, 16. Who would have thought? Just kidding. All right, 16. It's a bad 16. Let me fix it. 16. There you go. Minus. And simply, here's what we can do for this. And we can do negative 4 times 1 is negative 4 times negative 21. 84. That's a plus 84. It's a positive. All over 2 times 1 is just 2. So now we have it broken down to this. So in order to get rid of the square root, we can just simply add the 16 and the 84, which that gives you 100, which is great because it's a perfect square. Square root of 100 all over 2. So now, again, you simply just solve the square root. So the square root of 100, which I'm going to move this up here, I guess. I'm kind of running out of room. Let's see. Uh-oh, what did I just press? Nope, don't do that. Here, I'm just going to draw like a little arrow over here. So I guess that would help. All right. So now we have negative 4 plus or minus the square root. Oh, wait, I just got rid of that. The square root of 100 is 10 all over 2. So now, this is where you do the plus or the minus. So you can do negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. And then positive 10 divided by 2 is 5. see, this gives you the two sides of the two sides all across the x-axis. So doing -4 divided by 2 gives you like the one side, and the 10 divided by 2 gives you the other. So that helps you find it. So now all you have to do is you got to do -2 plus 5, and then you got to do -2 minus 5, and that will give you the answer. So -2 minus 5. So -2 minus 5 is, oops, must not hit the negative. -2 minus 5. I don't know why, it must not be working, but anyway, -2 minus 5 is 7. Or is -7, excuse me. And -2 plus 5, it would be 3. So, and 3. So, these are where, so at -7, 0, it would cross the x-axis, and 3, 0 is where it would cross the x-axis, which I know I took up like a lot of room. But I'll do one more. Look at that, I made the, oops, dang it. I erased the one thing I should have erased. Oh, here we go, yeah, there we go. Alright. So yeah, let's get the big old eraser going. I finally figured out how to erase and make the eraser like really big instead of wasting my time and yours. Alright, here we go. We're going to do one more. And I think this will actually help y'all. So, this one is going to be 3x squared. Actually, let me do something that might save me some space. Oops. That's going to save me some space right here. I'm going to do 3x. Where is that button at? Where's there? There it is. Squared. We're just going to pretend that's a squared. Plus 6x equals -10. So I'm doing that just to save me some space. Alright, so that is the next one. So then, actually I think that's kind of a bad idea. Let's just scratch that. 3x squared plus 6x equals -10. Now, the mistake that like majority of the people make is that they want to put the -10 as C. But if you look, the C has to be on the same side as B and A. So in order to do that, you would have to flip the -10 to the opposite side. So it would turn into 3x squared plus 6x plus 10 equals 0. So that's like that's a weird 0, but that's a really important step that you can't forget, or else you'll get a totally wrong answer. So again, now we're going to label it. This is A, B, and C. All right. So let's set up the first one. So -b is 6, -6 plus or minus the square root of b squared. B squared, 6 times 6 is 36. So I'll just go ahead and write it. Minus 4, 4 is just 4, times a, which is 3, times c, which is 10. Positive 10, not negative. There we go. All right, all over 2a, so 2 is just 2, and a is 3, so I'm going to go ahead and going to do 2 times 3, which is 6, so it's all over 6. So now, first things first, always get the square root to one digit. So what I always like to do is after you solve for the squared, like we did, that's how we got 36, I just do it all to one side. So negative 4 times 3 is 12. I mean, if you want me to do it, I'll do it just to show you. I don't know why my computer calculator would not do negatives, but that's negative 12. So negative 12 times 10 is negative 120. So this comes out to be negative 6 plus or minus the square root of negative 120 all over 6. So now if you notice, it's a negative square root. Oh shoot, I almost forgot I forgot a part. So yeah, I forgot all about the 36. So yeah, let me do something real quick. I forgot to subtract it. So yeah, I forgot to do the 36 minus 120. So yeah, it's actually negative 84. Sorry about that. Negative 84 over 6. Just to save you a lot of time, anytime you see a negative square root in this, that automatically means that it is going to be no solution. Now, you might ask, what would no solution look like? Well, you might ask what no solution looks like. Well, we're trying to find where they cross on the x-axis. But not all quadratic equations cross the x-axis. So for an example, it could look like that. We would not have an answer for that because it does not cross the x-axis. So anyway, I hope that helps. I know this is something new for you. If you have a calculator, it would make your life a little easier. But just think order of operations. Solve the squared first, and then multiply this side, and then just subtract it. If you have any questions, let me know. Anyway, y'all been doing pretty good so far. Have a great week.